seated, or if you'd like to stand, that would be great. We are very happy to welcome you to the groundbreaking of Skytown. This is, thank you. On behalf of Altus Cardinal and my partners, AJ Suarez and Mauricio Gurdian, we are extremely happy to welcome you to celebrate with us for a momentous occasion, the groundbreaking of a transformative project for not only the city of St. Pete, but in particular, the Skyway Marina District. This started as a vision several years ago, and it's now become a reality with Sprouts that's about to open in less than a month, and a 400-unit apartment project that's under construction and coming out of the ground very, very nicely. And we're very, very excited to share this with you all and to officially kick off the birth of an important project, not only for us, but for this entire area of St. Pete. We would like to recognize a few people that all played a role in making this project a reality. We have several important members of the city and the county that are here to enjoy this with us. And I would like to start off with the county commissioner whose district we're standing in and in whose district this project resides, Commissioner Renee Flowers. If you could come up for a few words. Would you like to? Yep. We'd like to thank you in particular for your support of this project. This project came before the Board of County Commissioners as part of the Penny for Pinellas program and its participation in the partnership that we formed with them to get this project built. And of course, you supported this project when it came up for that vote, and we very much appreciate all of your support and that in particular. And welcome, Commissioner Flowers.
Good morning. First of all, let me say thank you so much for the cool breeze. But on a serious note, for those of you who may not know who I am, my name is Dr. Renee Flowers, and I have the wonderful privilege of serving as your county commissioner, and this is in fact in my district. But the thing that I'm most proud of is that we're continuing to see an increase of affordable, attainable housing within our community. We know that the need is great, but we could not supply for the residents of this community without that strong link partnership with the city of St. Petersburg and our wonderful mayor, Mayor Kenneth Welch, as well as all of the city council members. Staff with the county works continuously to make sure that the tax dollars that you approved through the referendum for Penny for Pinellas are used for its intended purpose. The county commission voted long ago to make sure that a percentage of those penny funds went specifically to housing projects. $5.5 million of this project comes from Penny for Pinellas, those tax dollars that you approved to make sure that residents have a safe place to live. It has been truly an honor to work with Altus. They did a wonderful presentation quite some months ago with the county commission, and I don't believe there were any questions or concerns relative to the ability to finish this project, finish it on time, and be able to open it so that residents have a place to live. I'm ready for Sprouts. I don't know about y'all, but I drive by frequently. I'm ready for Sprouts. But more importantly, I'm just ready to continue to see our community do some absolutely magnificent and wonderful things. I would be remiss if I did not also recognize a wonderful colleague, Commissioner Chris Scher, who is also here today, if he would like to stand so you could see him. So on behalf of Brian Scott, who is the chair of the Pinellas County Commission, all of the county commissioners, Barry Burton, who is our county administrator, our housing department staff, and all others that reside in Pinellas County. Thank you so much for continuing to see the vision. And the vision is that we make sure that the city of St. Petersburg and Pinellas County is a place where you can live, where you can work, and you can play. Thank you.
Live, work, play is our vision, and that vote that Commissioner Flowers was referring to was a unanimous vote at the Board of County Commissioners, which this day getting unanimity on anything is not that easy, and we're very, very proud of that moment. I'd also like to recognize the current chairman of the City Council for the City of St. Petersburg, who also was involved in another vote to approve the City of St. Petersburg's participation in this project. Copley Gertis, if you could come up for a few words. We thank you for your continued support throughout the process, and in particular, that moment when this project was approved.
Good morning. Well, I have to hold back a little bit of my excitement. You know, the mayor has already given me, he wanted to make sure I knew where I was because I was outside of the west side of St. Petersburg. But we have a site that's 19 acres in St. Pete that hopefully will be redeveloped in the west side next year. And then I walk onto this site, 34 acres, and the county commissioner, Commissioner Flowers, hit it right on the head. She stole some of my thunder. We talk often on the dais and frankly in our conversations throughout the city about the ability to live, work, and play where you are. And we talk about it a lot. But over the 4 years I've been on council, this is one of the few times where we actually get to put a shovel in the ground and we're going to see it come to fruition here in this district. And I'm so excited to see that happening. I just quickly want to say a couple of thank yous. I want to thank my colleagues for their support of this project. As the commissioner also mentioned, there is support both from the city and the county, and $4.5 million came from our Housing Capital Improvement Fund that we approved on this project. I also want to thank our housing department led by Amy Foster. I know this is a big lift. Projects like this take a lot of time, a lot of effort, and they continue to do amazing work at the city. I'm just so thankful for all of them. The comments that I made on the dais when we were talking about this project, as we were conversing on the dais, was this model works. We need to be a part of how other cities are doing this when it comes to public-private partnerships. And I just want to, when you talk about public-private partnerships, and I walk up and I see something like this, this is what gets me pumped for the future of St. Petersburg, because we have so many partners that know what's happening in Pinellas County and in St. Petersburg. And as you look at this list, including, don't forget this name down here, as you look at this list, you see all of these partners that continue to invest in St. Petersburg and Pinellas County, and we're so thankful for all of them. So I can't wait for this project to get underway. We're talking about 401 units, 121 affordable units at both 80% AMI and 120% AMI. You can see the parking garage going up, a rooftop terrace, the true definition, again, with all of the jobs that are going to be created, the places to live, the true definition of work, live, and play. And so I want to thank Atlas Cardinal and all of the partners. Mayor, thank you for your continued leadership. And one more thank you. This is Councilman Corey Gibbons' district, so I want to thank him for his support. And as we continue through this project, I'm very excited to see this get in the ground and excited for the phases to come. So thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you, Councilman Gertis. We appreciate the continued support and the shared vision for what St. Pete is and what St. Pete will continue to be. And
Saludos amigos de TampaHoy.com, estamos aquí en vivo viendo una conferencia de prensa en la que están dando información sobre el inicio de el Skytown, una nueva, un nuevo lugar de viviendas asequibles que va a estar llegando a la ciudad de San Pete. Y aquí tenemos al alcalde Ken Welch que va hablar
Thanks for all the
ahora
great
sobre
work you do. This is really
lo que
an
tiene que
exciting
decir sobre
celebration
este
of what progress looks
inicio
like
de
in our
construcción
community. It's a day
histórica
to
en
celebrate housing
su
and
ciudad.
economic development opportunities that are happening right now in our city. Now, this plot of land has been an important economic driver in our city for decades. For years, it was home to the headquarters of one of our largest employers, then Florida Power Corporation. I know Don remembers the history. Don, I know you remember that history. And this is a bit of a homecoming for me. When I graduated from the Florida A&M's MBA program in 1987, I know, a long time ago, Copeland, Florida Power was recruiting in Tallahassee on the highest of 7 hills. So I was actually hired in Tallahassee as an associate accountant to come back, and my first job was right here in one of these buildings as an associate accountant. I began my career 2 miles from where I grew up on 16th Street at my mom's house. Fast forward to today, and the former home of one of our largest employers has now become Skytown, the largest mixed income residential development in Pinellas County. That's worth a hand. We will witness the transformation of 34 acres here in the Skyway Marina District into a vibrant mixed-use community that will meet a critical need for housing, including affordable housing, as our chair has already stated. I just want to give another shout out first to Atlas Cardinal for being willing to look at the priorities of our community and not just the highest profits. That's important. And I also want to thank our housing team. We've recognized Administrator Amy Foster. Thank you for all your great work. I know you hate it when I call your name, but we're going to do it again, Amy. Dr. Slacker is not here, but Mark Van Loo, our housing guru, who always is in the back hiding. I see you, Mark. Let's give Mark some love as well. Thank you for helping to lead this project. We are ecstatic that the first phase of this project includes 121 units of income-restricted, affordable, and workforce housing. Progress like this is only possible through partnership. And with this in mind, I'd like to extend my sincere thanks to Pinellas County for your continued collaboration. This marks a new era for the Skyway Marina District, offering families a place to call home, workers opportunity to live closer to their jobs, and supports the diversity and vibrancy that makes St. Pete a very special place. Skytown is setting a new standard for inclusive growth that serves everyone. It's the kind of forward-thinking investment that strengthens neighborhoods, attracts talent, and expands opportunities. I want to thank Frank Guerra and the team at Atlas Cardinal, as well as Summit Contracting Group. Are y'all here? Summit Contracting? Y'all are in the blue. You're looking good. Thank y'all. And Hawkins Construction. Hawkins Construction. Okay. Let's give them some love anyway. Thank you for your vision and commitment to quality. And I want to thank our city teams that have worked tirelessly to ensure that this project comes to life. I look forward to seeing the Skytown take shape over the next couple of years and returning for the ribbon cutting. And just as a note, I know that my debit card is going to show Sprouts a lot. My wife and daughter are already fired up, but that's the price of progress. Thank you so much for your partnership. All right, thank you.
Well, we thank you, all of the elected leaders
Bueno, y
of this
amigos de
community.
tampahoy.com, aquí estábamos escuchando al alcalde de San Pete que estaba hablando aquí sobre el nuevo proyecto, el plan maestro del Sky Town Apartments, que está contemplando su construcción de más de 2.084 unidades. Esto va a ser una nueva, básicamente un nuevo lugar de apartamentos asequibles en el área de San Pete. Y vamos a ver ya mismo el momento en el que todos estos líderes se van a unir para hacer poner la primera piedra, que es algo bastante emocionante para estas personas que trabajan en estos en estos proyectos, además de que esto va a servir de trabajo para muchos constructores de nuestra bahía, en la bahía de Tampa. Entre las cosas que les puedo mencionar sobre este plan maestro es que la distribución va a ser en 3 fases, y eso es lo que ellos están mencionando. Las unidades van a ser más de 2084, pero para el 2027 deben de haber terminado la primera fase, que serían 401 apartamentos, 121 unidades serán viviendas asequibles, y para trabajadores que van a estar trabajando en este complejo de apartamentos asequibles, que va a estar disponible muy pronto en los próximos años en el Condado Pinellas, exactamente en la ciudad de San Pete. Y como les vuelvo a mencionar, esto es muy importante porque este proyecto es uno de los proyectos más grandes en los planes de la ciudad. En el total invertido de vivienda asequible durante la fase 1 van a invertir más de $10 millones. También aquí mencionan que están invirtiendo 5.5 millones del fondo Penny for Pinellas, que es de los taxes de los ciudadanos. También están invirtiendo en esos 100, de esos 10 millones, perdón, están invirtiendo 4.5 millones del Fondo de Mejoras de Vivienda de la ciudad de San Pete. Y eso es lo que estamos viendo en estos momentos, que las autoridades locales de la ciudad de San Pete, tanto los desarrolladores de este proyecto como también los alcaldes cercanos, y también el alcalde Ken Welch, habló en esta conferencia de prensa, que ahora vamos a estar viendo muy próximamente lo que ellos van a estar haciendo, que sería este momento de poner la primera piedra. Así que vamos a ver, vamos a escuchar un poquito más sobre la conferencia de prensa mientras seguimos viendo aquí qué es lo que se está desarrollando, porque veo que también, entre otras noticias que tenemos corriendo ahora mismo en Pinellas, tenemos una situación, una investigación policial, pero voy a traerles esa información próximamente a través de tampahoy.com, así que quédense aquí en nuestra transmisión en vivo desde la primera piedra, el groundbreaking, la inauguración de esta construcción en la ciudad de San Pete. Así que sigamos viendo.
Projects that we're looking at going forward. These types of projects aren't possible without partners like you all, and we value that tremendously, and we truly appreciate the friendship that we've built over the time that we've been working on this together. From the working meetings to the dinners and the after parties that we enjoy, it's really, really nice. We have Banco Sabadell, which has joined the project. It's a project that is back from where we're from, down in South Florida, in Miami. And Mariana and Enrique, we really appreciate and value your participation in this project, and the vision that you have joined us in, not only in seeing what this particular phase of the project can be, but what the overall master development and the continued development of future phases can be. And we value that very much. Same with Seacoast Bank. Seacoast Bank has a local presence here. They've been involved in financing other projects in the Skyway Marina District before this one, and they saw the vision right away. They joined Fifth Third, and they became part of our bank group, and we couldn't be more excited to have them join the family now and for the future of the rest of the project that we're developing here. And the mayor and the commissioner and the councilman made reference to this, but we have two very important public participants in our financial and our Money Tree Village, and that is Pinellas County through their Penny for Pinellas program. You know, Stephanie Raymond, Bruce Bussey, and Sherry Harris, we are extremely happy with the relationship we've developed for what was over a year that we worked on to get your involvement in this project cemented, and we will continue having more discussions with you regarding the rest of this project and continuing to add to the workforce housing and affordable housing stock of the city of St. Pete, something that is sorely needed and something that we're proud to be a part of introducing and turning over to the community as a benefit for everybody and an integral part of the fabric of what we're creating here at Skytown. City of St. Petersburg, Amy Foster and Mark Van Loo, your participation here has been invaluable, and we value your friendship. Amy, you were the council person for the district in which we did our first project here, dating back to 2012. Altus Cardinal has been developing here. We're coming up on 14 years pretty soon here, and we consider ourselves local developers at this point. So we may physically live down in Miami, but we spend as much time here as we do over there, and we really share the vision for St. Pete, and we've seen the arc of development in what the city has become over the last decade and a half, and we're very excited to continue to add to it in the next decade in front of us. And with a project of this magnitude, with the various phases we have, we will be here for another decade. So these corporate citizens are not going anywhere anytime soon. Once you get the money tree activated, somebody needs to build this. So we have a village of construction that we need to tap into. And there's no more important villagers there than Mark and Luke. Zach and Luke. We truly appreciate your partnership. This is our second project together, and it says a lot when a developer and a contractor decide to work together after having completed a project. You embody professionalism, honesty, precision, and you take pride in your craft. And we see that, we value it, and we're very proud to collaborate with you on this phase, and this being our second one, and already with an eye toward the next one and the next one after that. So we thank you and the entire Summit contracting team. You play, obviously, an invaluable role in getting one of these projects off the ground and made into the reality that we see in the making right here. Tiger Contracting, another group that's been integral to this project. They handled all the site work and the civil work, which was a lot for a 34-acre community. You got to do a lot of stuff that nobody sees at the surface level and below ground to start getting these types of properties ready for the development that will eventually be a Sprouts building and a 400-unit apartment building. Tiger has been, invaluable and critical, and we value their collaboration and their participation very much. Hawkins Construction, they built this Sprouts, and they built it on time, on budget. They did everything that they were supposed to do, and these days that says a lot. That we value that a lot, and we're very thankful for having them participate and allowing us to fulfill all of our obligations that we had with respect to Sprouts through their execution. So we're very, very happy about that. Cross Construction handled the demolition of over 250,000 square feet of obsolete office space that was here. It developed over many, many years, and it had its place in its time, but at some point it became obsolete, and it's what gives rise to what we're seeing being built now. And we collaborate with Cross even on things that aren't within their scope of engagement, and we really, really appreciate their participation and their collaboration with us on so many levels. Before we even get to the point that we tap into the financial village and the construction village, there's got to be a design team that collaborates with Altus Cardinal in creating and starting to put on paper what the vision is that we have conceptually into real world documents that form the base of what will ultimately be built. And in our case, we have a Class A team. Stantec Engineering handled a ton of the engineering work, not only for the civil and the site work, but for many, many aspects of this master plan community. Dynamic Architecture was the architect for our multifamily building, and we couldn't be happier with what they've done up until now, getting drawings that can get a city permit issued, and the drawings that are being followed to the letter by Summit to get this thing built. And most of what you see has happened underground right now, and it is a ton that has happened right now. And in the next few months, you'll start seeing very, very large amounts of progress in the vertical construction. The entire parking garage has been getting manufactured off site, and in the next week or so, it's starting to come on site. Will be put together, and it'll start and coming together. And it's a 600 car parking garage that will be built, constructed, visible to everybody by the end of this year. It's going to start making this a much more easier to see reality. WDG, it's our master architect for the master plan community. We thank you for your collaboration and your continued partnership in developing the rest of this master plan community. As you can see, this is a long-term project with a long-term vision over a long time horizon. And we've been committed to it for several years to get to this point, and we're committed to it for the years going forward. And we're very excited about continuing the relationships that we've had up until this point because they're working, and we value them very, very much. In the context of all of this financial and design and construction, there's a village of law that exists, and you always have to navigate the laws of the jurisdiction that you're working in. And that really brings us to Don Mastry and Matt Poling. Don, your role is invaluable. Your counsel is invaluable, from the mundane to the extremely complex. And we've had some tricky things that we had to navigate, and you're right there riding along with us every step of the way.
Amigos de tampahoy.com, aquí seguimos viendo la conferencia de prensa en la que están haciendo la inauguración oficial de el Skytown, un nuevo proyecto de vivienda asequible que van a estar realizando a partir de hoy en la ciudad de San Pete. Y es bien importante traerles estos detalles en que les he estado mencionando durante los pasados minutos, en los que el alcalde de la ciudad de San Pete, Ken Welch, mencionó también que es muy histórico para la ciudad este momento, ya que durante muchos años ellos han visto crecimiento de la ciudad. Sin embargo, este proyecto nuevo podría ser una nueva opción para esas familias que necesitan un lugar de vivienda asequible. Sin embargo, les voy a hacer un recuento nuevamente de todos los detalles de este proyecto, que en minutos van a estar haciendo la posición de la primera piedra en San Pete. Y este lugar se llama Town Apartments. Entonces es un tipo de desarrollo de vivienda mixta que va a estar ubicado justamente en el área del Skyway Marina District en San Pete. Y entonces este es el mayor desarrollo de este tipo en el Condado Pinellas, y por eso es histórico. Por eso es que en estos momentos ellos están haciendo esta ceremonia para poner esta primera piedra que le va a dar acceso a muchas familias, trabajadores del Condado Pinellas y también de la ciudad de San Pete, para poder crecer localmente. Y bueno, se espera que los primeros apartamentos estén disponibles a partir del 2027. Entonces, una de las cosas que tienen que saber sobre este proyecto residencial de viviendas asequibles es que está planificado para brindar al menos unas 2.084 unidades. Y esto, como les mencioné anteriormente, va a estar preparándose en 3 fases, pero la primera fase, que sería la que va a terminar en el 2027, es la fase que va a estar ofreciendo 401 apartamentos más. Entre estas van a ser 121 unidades que serán viviendas asequibles para trabajadores y personas que están buscando hogares en esa zona, ¿no? 60 unidades para residentes con ingresos de menos de 80% en el área de este lugar. También 61 unidades van a ser enfocadas y distribuidas para esas familias que tengan un 120% de ese ingreso que estamos mencionando. Ahora mismo estamos viendo a uno de los líderes del proyecto de desarrollador, que está brindando todos los detalles que estoy mencionándoles en este momento. El compromiso de mantener estas unidades asequibles son por lo menos de al menos 50 años. Ese sería el compromiso de las personas que van a estar viviendo en estas residencias, por lo cual el costo de las residencias asequibles, de las unidades asequibles, serían base al compromiso que tengan estas personas. Además, el financiamiento de este complejo de apartamentos tiene un total de 10 millones invertidos nada más en esta primera fase que inicia en el día de hoy. Y como les estaba mencionando anteriormente, ellos lo están dividiendo de esta manera. Son 5.5 millones de los fondos de los taxes de los ciudadanos, también 4.5 millones del Fondo de Mejoras de Vivienda de la ciudad de San Pete. Por eso es que estamos hablando de que ellos van a estar brindando estas dos opciones a personas que necesiten residencias asequibles para familias de 80% de ingreso medio en el área de San Pete, y también para las personas que tengan el 120% de ingreso medio en esa zona, que estamos hablando de la zona de Skyway Marina District. También les tengo que mencionar por aquí que entre las cosas que ellos mencionaron y que muchas de los temas que se mencionaron aquí es el comercio pequeño que va a estar en esa zona. Ellos están rentando lugares para nuevos comercios que quieran estar en ese complejo de apartamentos en San Pete histórico. Entonces, otro de los puntos que ellos mencionan es que las familias que van a vivir ahí van a tener un local del supermercado Sprouts Farmer Market. Este lugar ellos están describiéndolo como un lugar bastante saludable para los residentes que vivan en esta zona, incluso para las personas que vivan aledaños a el complejo de apartamentos asequibles que va a estar haciendo inauguración en el día de hoy. En estos momentos se están preparando para hacer ese momento que les estoy mencionando, de histórico, el momento que ellos ponen la primera piedra en San Pete, para darle inicio a este proyecto que inicia en el día de hoy y que se espera que termine por lo menos la primera fase para el 2027. Vamos a ver por aquí imágenes de los líderes de este proyecto que van a estar realizando en estos momentos la inauguración. Sin embargo, estamos viendo ahora en el mismo centro tenemos a Kenneth Welch es nuestro alcalde de la ciudad de San Pete. También entre las personas que se encuentran junto al alcalde tenemos a Renee Flowers, que es la comisionada del Condado Pinellas. También está Frank Guerra, que es el desarrollador de Altis Cardinal LLC, que es la compañía desarrolladora de este proyecto. También tenemos al mayor desarrollador del Condado Pinellas y otros comisionados y miembros del Consejo Municipal están presentes en este momento histórico, en el cual van a hacer la inauguración de este proyecto que le va a dar vivienda a casi 2.084 familias en la ciudad de San Pete. Oficialmente acaban de hacer ese momento especial para darle inicio a también algo que se podría mencionar, que es una oportunidad de empleo para muchas personas que trabajan en la construcción, y yo creo que es un momento bastante importante porque muchas de estas familias se van a ver beneficiadas tanto por empleos, por residencias, y también la zona se va a ver beneficiada una vez todas estas familias empiecen a llegar a partir del 2027 a esta zona de Skyway Marina, Skytown, Skyway Marina District en el Condado Pinellas. Y bueno, estamos viendo aquí ese momento en el que los líderes tomaron la pala y pues pusieron ese primer momento de la arena en el Skytown. Así que chicos, quédense aquí en tampahoy.com. A las 11:30 tengo una visita especial en la que voy a estar platicando sobre un curso para los inmigrantes que tengan miedo. Así que para que pierdas el miedo, te vamos a decir qué es lo que tienes que hacer en un curso que es cómo perderle el miedo a la ciudadanía. Y esto va a ser para las personas que se encuentran en la zona de Sarasota. Así que chicos, quédense aquí en tampahoy.com. Los invito a que vayan a nuestra aplicación móvil WFLA para que estén al tanto de todas estas noticias de última hora. Y también en el momento que estemos en vivo, justamente a las 11:30, para que tengas toda esa información que necesitas y puedas cumplir tu meta de ser ciudadano, además de perderle el miedo a la ciudadanía. Así que nos quedamos aquí en tampahoy.com. Mi nombre es José Ángel Acevedo y fue un placer estar con ustedes en este momento histórico del Condado Pinellas.